You're listening to Superpowers of the Soul on the Superpower Up Podcast, the show that elevates superpowers to the divine.
Welcome, everyone. This is Jennifer Urezzio, and I'm a superpower expert. I'm founder of Soul Language, and this is Superpowers of Your Soul. And today I'm with Okosieme, which I'm sorry, I think I just butchered her beautiful last name. We're going to be talking about how to have confidence in your vision. Welcome, Oge.
Hey, and thank you so much, Jennifer, for having me. So the pronunciation is Okosieme. So Oge Okosieme, but thank you so much for having me.
Yay! Thanks for the pronunciation. It's not one of my great gifts to pronounce things. But I have so many others, so, I can deal with that with myself. So I'm really excited for people to get to know you today. And I always like asking my guests, what do they consider the superpower of their soul for themselves?
So let me get that question clear, Jennifer. The question is, what is my soul's superpower?
Yeah. Exactly, for you, not for others, but of course, what you use for yourself, you use for others, but I want people to get to know your soul versus how your soul supports everyone else.
Yes. Wow, that's a beautiful question. Thank you very much. I love it. And I don't know if you can hear me smiling.
I can.
My superpower, my soul superpower for myself is in terms of pushing boundaries. That's my soul's overall superpower, is this soul that is Oge, because I actually consider myself and my soul one. I don't necessarily see the division, but yeah, this soul called Oge, its superpower is really being able to explore frontiers and push boundaries.
I love it. From one renegade to another. Of course, that resonates with me. So, we all have this sacred purpose, this profound way of being in the world that, allows us to kind of express our soul. What do you consider your sacred purpose?
It's for me, again, that's a beautiful question, so thank you. And for me, my purpose is kind of twofold. It's like a purpose within a purpose. So the overall purpose for me, if you like, is just to experience life. Yeah, that's it. It's really that simple, is to have my fullest experience of this life in all its nuances. Now, within that, I can choose how I experience life. One of the themes that I've chosen, or one of the lenses, Jennifer, that I've chosen to experience my life is through the lens of powerful and powerless. Powerful and powerless. And throughout my life, I've explored life throughout those two lenses. So when I pull it all together, my purpose has been to explore what it is to be powerful, what it is to be powerless, and then to distill that knowledge and that wisdom and help other people around me become the most powerful beings that they can.
Beautiful.
It's not even becoming a powerful being. It's more an awareness that you are a powerful being.
And you took the words right out of my mouth, right? I think there's this nomenclature, in spirituality about, having your power taken away, giving your power away. And you can't do that, right? It's not a commodity that you can exchange.
No.
How you're focusing it and how you're utilizing it and your belief system that allows you to, right, access it or not. So
yeah.
So along those themes of power and powerlessness, what has your soul shared you within those big themes? What are some of the occurring themes that has happened along your journey?
Well, it's like I said, it is within that theme. So the recurring themes is usually finding myself, Jennifer, in a place where, in my perception anyway, I feel a huge sense of powerless, a huge sense of victim that's attached to the powerless. And then through my own challenges and through my own learnings and through my own explorations, I find a way to get myself out of those situations. And then, boom, I become aware of the power that is innate within me. So those have generally been my theme throughout my life. It's like when I started my business, for example, we don't have business people in our family. So my family come from a more educational background. My family get PhDs and masters and all that intellectual stuff. We don't do business. So when I decided to start running my own business, that was such a steep learning curve. And within that steep learning curve, there were moments and moments and moments of powerlessness, of feeling like really powerless, like when the money wasn't coming in, or when the clients were not coming in, or when things were not working. So working my business has been a huge lesson, a huge awareness in that journey for me of powerless, going from powerless to powerful, and recognizing that things like clients, money, marketing, all that thing comes from embracing your power from within to start off with.
So I'm going to repeat that because I want everyone to really get that. So, searching for the right words, which, people are always trying to do in marketing,
yes,
science and all of that. It's not external. It comes from accessing that power within. And
yes,
things actually will flow in a much bigger and much more powerful way for an individual, which means you'll receive more. So before we do our break here, let people know how to get in touch with you. Give out your website.
My website is Okosieme.com. So that's OGEOKOSIEME.com.
Beautiful. Everyone stay tuned because we're going to be talking about how to have confidence in your vision.
Hello, everyone. This is Tonya Don Rekla, Executive Director of SuperPower Experts, and we want to thank each of you for making SuperPower Up the #1 podcast network for personal development and spiritual growth. Because people like you have the courage to say that mindfulness, healthy living, disrupting reality, the pursuit of consciousness, responsible entrepreneurship, and radical parenting matter, we now amass over 1 million downloads monthly in more than 90 countries. Our numbers keep growing because there are far more people willing to live divergently than mass media wants to acknowledge. For you, the change makers, the light bearers, the way showers, we say thank you. If you're ready to take the next step in your evolution, go now to superpowerexperts.com and take the Superpower quiz. And as Neva Lee Rekla, our youngest podcaster, likes to remind us, remember, we all have superpowers and we can change the world.
Welcome back, everyone. This is Jen Urezzio, and I'm a Superpower Expert, and you're listening to Superpowers of the Soul. Ogie, we're talking about how to have confidence in your vision. And Ogie, let's talk about what vision means. How can really accessing your vision help you feel powerful?
Yeah, that is, well, that's what I do actually. So again, that's why I'm smiling. One of the things, I was actually just talking to a client about this morning here, and one of the things that vision does is vision gives you a focus. Okay, so your vision will give you a focus. It will give you a sense of a direction. Now, what I say to people is not everybody necessarily has a vision, and there's nothing wrong with that. But if you are somebody that wants to have specific results and enjoy specific experiences in your life, then it's usually a good idea to focus first on creating a vision. And all the vision does is gives you a direction. Because somewhere along the way, your vision will probably change. I can't tell you how many times my vision has changed. It will change. It might expand. Okay, so what it does is it gives you an anchor, like your northern star, so to say, and a direction of where you are going. Really, what a vision does is it focuses your energy. It manages your energy and focuses your energy.
Right. So you're not willy-nilly. And I always say, listen, let's talk about what you want to experience, and then build that vision around that experience, because
Yes.
I mean, that's one part of vision, right? But I think so often people, don't really understand what they want to experience, and then the vision they don't know they feel lost around it.
Exactly.
So, right. It's hard to have confidence in something where you feel like you don't have a roadmap for, right? And I think that's what's really key here. That vision helps you go, okay, this is my strategy, and a willingness to kind of go with the flow and expand the vision and know it's going to change. So how does one kind of tap into that power to, have that confidence to say, this is my vision, I'm going to do these action steps, knowing that the vision is going to move from intangible to tangible?
One of the things I want to say about vision is that usually as well, Jennifer, vision is your inner being calling you to something that you desire to experience. Yeah, so it's like an inner being call to experience something. Now, one of the things I ask people when people come to me and we start talking about that vision is I will ask this question, and it's a really powerful question, is what is that thing that you dream about that you dare not tell anyone about? Okay? What is that thing that you dream about that you dare not tell anyone about? And that's usually quite an energetic and a powerful place to start to explore, because what I found is like so many of us have visions and we discount it and we disqualify it because it does not fit into what the prescribed realm of how we are supposed to show up in the world is. So it doesn't fit into the roles. Sometimes it doesn't fit into our belief systems, like you said earlier. It doesn't fit into current paradigms. So we discount it. And yet for many of us, those very visions are the very experiences, is the very thing that's guiding us to the experience that our heart really desires. Do you know what I mean?
Totally. I think that when people aren't accepting what that kind of soul is allowing them to expand and to experience, that kind of thing they've always dreamed of, that's a calling, right? And so when you're not acceptance about that, you're creating a lot of resistance.
Exactly.
Right? And then you'll fall into that feeling of, oh, I don't feel like I'm living my purpose. I don't feel like I'm doing here what I want to experience. You fall into the not enough because it's a direct conflict with what your soul is saying and what your belief system is.
Precisely, exactly. It creates a lot of struggle for a lot of people. For me personally, when I ignored my vision, what I'm doing now, which is I help visionaries birth audacious dreams, really big audacious dreams. And about 2 years ago, when I thought or had an inkling that this is what I wanted to do, then I was a business coach and I had an inkling that I wanted to change direction, and I wouldn't, and I fought this thing and I fought it and I fought it so much because one of the things was I didn't feel enough, and I'm asking myself, who the hell do you think you be to be working with visionaries? I mean, that is the realm of the Martin Luther Kings and the Steve Jobs and the Nelson Mandelas. It's like, who do you think you are? So I kept fighting this thing, and I focused on doing my business coaching, which was bringing me a fair amount of clients and a fair amount of money until it didn't. And literally what happened, it became harder and harder and harder and harder to do what I was doing in the form I was doing it, because this vision was calling me. And now I'm doing it. And do you know the amazing thing, Jennifer? It's relatively easy for me. What I do now is relatively easy. I hear that for other people, it might be a challenge, and it's them I reach out to help. But it's relatively easy because it's my soul's talent. Do you know what I mean?
Totally. I mean, I was asking big questions when I received the paradigm of soul language. Like, I know I'm supposed to do something big here. I can feel it. I feel alone. I feel disconnected. All right, I'm ready. Give it to me.
Yeah.
That birthed a huge vision, and it continues to birth a huge vision. And
yes.
It continues to fall in place. And the only struggle I had with that is, any resistance or struggle along that belief system. And there are going to be big themes in our lives, everyone, that of disconnection. And when that theme is coming up, it could be not enough or don't trust or whatever. That's just an indication that your vision wants to grow, that your soul wants to expand more. It doesn't mean anything's wrong. It's just, how do you know when there's more to receive if you're not feeling a little resistance? Human beings like that resistance in order to transform in a bigger way. So before I ask my last question here, what's your website again? Give out that lovely website.
Okosieme.com. OGEOKOSIEME.com.
Beautiful. So, the second to last question I have is, if there's one thing you want people to get from our conversation today, and remember, what would that be?
Oh my God, you are powerful beyond what you know. You are so, so powerful beyond what you know. Yeah.
Wonderful. So I think that is going to be the way you're going to answer this last question. So the last question is, if you were a magnet on whatever you call your higher powers refrigerator, what would that magnet say?
I am powerful, and I love being powerful. It would have, on the top, I am powerful, and right on the bottom it would have, and I love being powerful, and the third bit it would have is, and I accept my power.
Beautiful. Well, thank you so much for today for sharing your vision and your power with us. I greatly appreciate it.
Thank you very much for having me.
And if you like what you heard today, you can connect with me and all the other experts in the Superpower Net at superpowerexperts.com/the net. And don't forget not just to find your connection, but be your connection.
Are you ready to discover your superpowers? Go now to superpowerexperts.com and take the Superpower Quiz today.